Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about the poor mentality and why it is the single fastest way for you to end up unsuccessful in your career. Let's talk about it. Welcome to another episode of Career Strategies. My name is Rodney Hughes, Mr. 100%, and I'm the author of this book, The Ugly Truth About Getting Hired: How to Land the Job of Your Dreams Regardless of the Competition. And if this is your first time to my channel, the purpose of my channel is to teach you strategies that can help you advance your career. So if that's a topic you're interested in learning more about, hit that subscribe button and join the family. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of this extremely valuable content. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and talk about this. So again, what we're talking about here is the poor mentality. Okay? Now, I get this expression. P.O.O.R is an acronym, okay? And I actually heard this first from a guy by the name of Donald Bradley, who is he's a very well respected network marketer. And I heard him say this and it was like, man, this is absolutely spot on. So what P.O.O.R stands for is passing over opportunities repeatedly. Let me say that again. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Okay, if you want to be unsuccessful in your career, all you have to do is continue to pass over opportunities repeatedly. Okay, and so what I want you to do is I want you to avoid the poor mentality like the plague. Okay, look at it like the plague. See, because here's the thing. And I talked about this in a previous video that I did. I think it was called the Aladdin Mindset. But what you have to understand is this, okay? You are always right, okay? You're always right, 100% of the time, okay? Even when factually you may not be right, you're always right. And so the thing is that what people do a lot of times, it's almost as if people have like this invisible defense mechanism or barrier that they put up when as it relates to opportunities. Okay, it's almost like, you know what it is? I think it kind of goes back to your childhood. Okay, a lot of people in their childhood were taught by their parents. Okay, don't speak to strangers. Okay, don't speak to strangers. Right? Be seen and not heard. Right? Like we hear all these different sayings, right? But it's the most dangerous one is don't speak to strangers. And you know why that's so dangerous? Listen, are there people in this world that do not necessarily have your best interest in mind? Absolutely. Absolutely. But here's the thing. All the success that you desire is probably in the hands of somebody else that you don't know, right? So it's kind of like when I'm in sales, okay? So as an executive recruiter, the first thing I have to do is I have to be a great sales professional, okay? Because that's what executive recruiters do all day. They're selling all the time, okay? And so the thing is if I were to buy into that whole concept of don't speak to strangers, okay? Well, that would kill my career, okay? Because again, in order for me to be successful in my career, and by the way, in order for you to be successful in your career, you have to interact with people that you don't know, okay? So anytime that you go through an interview process, as long as it's outside of your current company, you're probably and likely going to have to interact with somebody through that interview process that you don't know, okay? And that's just for getting the job, right? But you know, when you're dealing with customers, when you're dealing with just, you know, things in general, you may have to interact. You have to learn how to interact with people that you don't know, right? And if you look at people as being a problem, then what you're essentially doing is you're passing over that opportunity to make a connection with people. Do you understand? Like what made me think about this particular topic is that there was a candidate that I reached out to recently, and whenever I call someone, the very first thing I do is I say, hey, my name is Rodney Hughes. I'm an executive recruiter. How are you? I put it right out up front, okay? Because I want you to know that you're dealing with an executive recruiter. I'm not ashamed of being an executive recruiter, okay? But I remember this guy was like, he pretty much was like, don't ever call me again, right? And I'm like, whoa, okay there, buddy, that's fine, right? But see, what this guy didn't understand, right? See, he had very limited information to go on, but he didn't realize that he had an opportunity in front of him, okay? He misread the situation, okay? And so here's the thing. I specialize in his exact field. I represent opportunities at all different types of levels, but mostly in advanced levels. So what he doesn't understand is that he passed over the opportunity to make a connection with me because he didn't know who I was and I was just calling him out the blue. Fair enough, right? Again, his mom probably told him, don't talk to strangers or whatever the case may be, right? But what he doesn't understand is he missed out on an opportunity, right? He passed over an opportunity. And because I specialize in his space, he may not be in the mode of looking for a job today, which is perfectly fine. But what he might not understand what the next 5 or 10 years might look like, right? And the fact that we didn't make a favorable connection right then and there could end up working against him in the long run. Let me give you another example. When I first became an executive recruiter, the very first candidate that I represented was a candidate that was in our database for I think like 4 or 5 years before I actually joined the company. Okay. And when I connected with this candidate, she was very pleasant, very open, and I ended up representing her to my client, which was a huge company. Okay. Like easily, definitely a Fortune 500 company. Okay. She ends up eventually getting this job. And when she got the job, her income increased almost by 100%. I think it was like her overall income increased maybe like by 80%. It was like an outrageous percentage. Now, on average, the average increase that you'll see is somewhere between maybe 8 to 11% when someone moves from one job to the next. She ended up getting an overall compensation increase of 80%. But now, why am I telling you about this? Imagine what would have happened if she would have answered the phone 4 or 5 years earlier the way this guy answered the phone, right? Imagine if that recruiter, whoever put her into our database, would have, labeled her as poor communicator, okay? Exclude from all searches, okay? If these things would have happened, if that would have taken place like that, I may have never even called her for this particular opportunity. Do you see the danger now of passing over opportunities repeatedly? You have to start opening up your mind to interacting with people that you don't know and interacting in situations that you don't know. Okay? And listen, I'm not telling you to be reckless here. I'm not telling you to just go out there and, just start opening up and putting yourself in vulnerable situations. Totally not what I'm saying. Okay? But what I want you to start practicing is being alert and being aware for potential opportunities. One of the things I tell my wife, right, as an executive recruiter, I told her, look, as soon as I became an executive recruiter and I saw how powerful we can actually be towards someone else's career, I said, baby, if a recruiter ever reaches out to you, especially if it's a recruiter that specializes in your particular field, it's okay for you to tell them that you're not open to opportunities right now, but you want to be pleasant with these people, okay? You want to be pleasant and likable, with these people. You want to at least engage with them a little bit. Like if they reach out to you on LinkedIn, say, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. Right now, I'm not necessarily open to opportunities, but you know, if the next time I'm in the market, I'll definitely reach out and connect with you. And if I could ever, you know, maybe refer some people to you, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Boom. And I started making her do that. And the reason why I started making her do that is because, again, you never know what your next years are going to look like. And if you continuously are passing over opportunities, you may find yourself in a situation where you need some of those opportunities that you passed over previously. But because you passed over those opportunities and because you handled those opportunities poorly, you could end up making it more difficult for yourself in the long run. Okay? So again, don't have a poor mentality. Okay? Don't have a poor mentality. Focus on identifying, being aware of potential opportunities and be open to those opportunities. I'm not saying you have to seize every opportunity. You don't have to seize every opportunity, but you want to start becoming more aware and more alert of potential opportunities as they present themselves to you. Because again, you want to avoid having a poor mentality, right? You want to avoid not being able to even realize that you have an opportunity in front of you. Okay? And it all starts with your mind. It all starts, that's why I have this picture up here. It all starts with your mind. It all starts with how you think. Okay? You have to kind of reprogram yourself on how you're looking at different opportunities in your life, at different situations in your life, because some of those situations are opportunities that can serve you well in the long run. Okay? Listen, I hope you got great value from this video. Listen, I have something very special I'd like to share with you. So I'd like to, if you have a interview coming up, whether it's a telephone interview, a virtual interview, or a face-to-face interview coming up, and you'd like to be best prepared for that interview, I want to give you free access to a virtual training platform I created called Interview Prep University. This is a virtual training platform that is designed to walk you from point A all the way to point Z through the job interview process and really be able to help you exponentially improve your odds of having phenomenal success as you're going through the interview process. So if you have an interview coming up, or you just want to have access to this information so that when you do get back into an interview type posture, you could always have access to this info, go to my website, which is www.interviewprepuniversity.com. Again, www.interviewprepuniversity.com. It's 100% free and you can thank me later. All right. Listen, thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you got phenomenal value out of it. If you did, do me a favor, like this video, comment on this video. Tell me what your favorite part of this video was. Tell me what you're going to do so that you can avoid passing over opportunities in the future. Tell me about that. Drop a note, okay? And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. I'll be dropping, content on a daily basis that is designed to help you advance your career, and I don't want you to miss out on it. All right. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.